take this opportunity to salute our country, India, our wondrous land of over 1.3 billion people, a place on Mother Earth that has been home to all religions and faiths, cultural practices, beliefs and customs. Nestled between lofty mountains, deep forests, roaring rivers, beautiful seas, Swami Vivekananda's country has been the guardian of people's destinies and their prayers in times of peace as well in times of distress. If you ask a Hindu what God is, they will begin by saying what God is not. Naiti. The teachings are logical and transferred from a guru or teacher to a student. Hinduism is a way of life. You become a Hindu by living like one.
आत्मीय परिवार बंधु और बांधव, सादर प्रेम नमस्कार. First and foremost, let me just say that the dedication of our Karyakartas of Chicago and the love they have exhibited while doing their dharma and seva is exemplary. And we are so thankful and so proud of you. Thank you, Swami Vivekananda also, and all others that have worked tirelessly the past years for all of this to happen. Dhanyavad for bringing us together again here today from all over the world. Sisters and brothers of America, were the opening words spoken by the great Hindu saint Swami Vivekananda at the Parliament of World Religions on the 11th September 1893 here in Chicago in your beautiful country, America. Now also in September, we are gathered here today echoing Swami Vivekananda, showing that we as Hindus will never forsake our mission as laid down in the Rigveda, Indram Vardhanto, Apturaha, Krinvanto Vishwam Aryam, Apaghanto Aramana. Meaning, supplemented by Indra's strength, let us spread to make the world civilized, and let us remove wickedness, that being the non-liberal and jealous ones, and let us not forget that the meaning of the word Indra is also a king, and thus this verse can also be seen as a call on all the leaders of the world. As such, the Hindu with its heritage and conviction, from the times of the Rishis and Munis till our modern era of Swami Vivekananda, the Hindu has always been the missionary of renunciation and service, tyag and seva, on every journey, spreading out all over the world. That we need peace and harmony in the world today is a fact. But as George Lakoff, the distinguished professor of cognitive science and linguistics says, facts matter enormously, but to be meaningful, they must be framed in terms of their moral importance. A frame or worldview. It's simply the way we think the world works and how we fit into it. Everyone has a worldview, though most people are not aware of it. Understanding these worldviews is vitally important because they shape our thoughts, attitudes, and actions. That's why sometimes we feel lacking and ethics through slogans and speeches. Because in people's existing frames and worldviews, words like spirituality, peace, harmony, and ethics do not necessarily ignite and do not evoke the necessary imagination, acceptance, and rights towards action. Thus, we need to put forth the right idea and also frame them into evoke the right imagination and views, also continuously bringing these ideas and perspectives into public discourse and debate time and again, so that spiritual frames get established over time in the minds of all people. Once this acceptance and establishment is there, words we use, such as peace and harmony, will do their work by their own and persuasively. You can imagine then the effect of the right ideas with that complementary frame of moral importance, and going forward, integrating them into our economic policies, educational systems, through our media networks as well as through politics, and propagated by our mothers, our women, and by our youth, is as such very much the need of the hour and the responsibility of us Hindus, as we have been the missionaries of yore and must be the spiritual messengers of today. To get only 5 concepts out of a rich heritage and framed in the terms of their moral importance, these then set in motion the right moral perspectives and thus may serve as the seeds in the shaping of spiritual frames of mind. The first concept to mention is that of renunciation and service, as Swami Vivekananda time and again has put forward as even ideals. As ideals even, and as he said, intensifying efforts in those channels, and the rest will take care of itself. This is the idea with the frame par excellence, igniting the right moral perspective and worldview. The second concept is let us rise above our lower nature. Universal problem, just like what the Dalai Lama just said, on individual personalities nowadays can be summed up in one question: why man lacks empathy and psychology? Because man is always busy with himself or herself, and we are blinded by the veil of our lower nature that prevents us to see what plays in the heads and the hearts of others. Only those who master the lower nature and enable themselves to lose their self-interest can really know and understand the other. This mindset, this mere idea, will already have solved most of our problems today on different levels. The third concept is that of dharma. That dharma is always and forever twofold. The immemorial universal concept dharma is defined as the eternal and universal law, or lawfulness, that which sustains and sustains society in its all-round aranadhamikyahu. The scholarly work, the Vaisheshik Sutra, defines this concept of dharma to be twofold, and on these lines. It says, Yato abhyudaya nishreyasa siddhi sadharma, translated by Adi Shankaracharya as that which fetches prosperity in this world and leads to the absolute reality successfully is dharma. This twofold dharma is verily the meaning of the true abhyudaya, also known as pravritti, social economic welfare, and nishreyasa, also known as nivritti, spiritual growth and liberation of all beings. Dharma is always twofold and neither neglects the welfare of this physical world, nor neglects the spiritual growth, thus achieves the welfare of both worlds. The construction and establishment of this second frame of mind based on the concept of dharma is eminent to regain balance in this world. The fourth concept, more political, is referred to as do not mix up state with the nation. Countries worldwide are becoming more and more diverse through migrations and so on, and face new realities daily with consequently many challenges. In the relation between state and nation, we have been for too long made to think the nation, or to say the national society, is a political concept which may give some importance to economics and so on, while in fact it is basically a cultural concept. Because as the modern seer Shri Deen Dayal Upadhyay says, society is a living entity, as referred in the Gita as a Lokasangraha, not merely a combination of individuals. Only by accepting the nation as a living organism and a cultural concept, and having this frame of mind, can we preserve the vast diversity in cultures and traditions in the world. That as a niche, that the national society, although diverse in many ways, can still evolve as a nation on a cooperative basis, with mutual understanding and following the principles of interdependence, not serving selfish interests but elevating each other. Such a frame of mind would also guide politicians and political leaders. As such, the government or state changes, but not the nation. Concept number 5, the last concept, is that leaders are to be Raja Rishis. Shankaracharya ji defines the two-word term Raja Rishi as referring to a person who is at once both Raja, king, and the Rishi, a sage. What does that signify? It is the basic, basic sense. In its basic sense, Raja refers to a person who shines, who is eminent. In a special sense, all holders of public power of responsibility, like the industrial magnate, the administrator, the minister, the executive, or such Rajas. For on them depend the happiness and the welfare of thousands. It is what is called Buddhi Yoga that contributes to the evolution of a Rishi out of a Raja, what unites the heroism of saintliness with the heroism of manliness, as Swami Ranganathananand says. Like I said, you can imagine the effect of these ideas with that complementary frame of moral importance, and going further integrating them into our economic policies, educational systems, through our media networks, as well as through politics and propagated by our mothers, our women thus, and by our youth in the world of today. The 5 ideas or concepts and many more, when put forward and making them established frames of mind, or to say established worldviews, will achieve more balanced and sustainable socio-economic systems, achieve value education, accomplish and edit noble use of the power of the media, and achieve integrated politics, just as, for example, integral humanism, Ekatma Manav Darshan, propagates, and will empower our women and youth in our mission to make the world more noble. Much change is needed in this world, but we Hindus have our convictions that drive us towards action in the way Swami Vivekananda uttered, Uttishta Jagrata, Prapya Parani Bodhata, arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached.